The Black Clover anime will return someday. Frieren Beyond Journeysend has undergone a major staff change. Cyberpunk Edgerunners Season 2 got announced and the new staff list might surprise you. And Gigguk is making his own anime? Welcome back to another episode of This Month in Anime. A lot of shit happened over the past week thanks to Anime Expo. So here's a quick video going over some of the more interesting announcements from it. You know what will make you more interesting as a person? Subscribe. I don't know where I'm going with that. Subscribe. You can also press the join button to become a member of this channel. You can do that. Members get at least 2 exclusive videos per month, custom hand-drawn badges and emojis, personal shoutouts and more. Just go down there and press the join button. It's right there. Go. Alright, so a sequel to Black Clover just got announced, which is great, but we got no additional information, which is less great, but not exactly a surprise. Now, as some of you might know, I quite like Black Clover, and like most people, I think the conditions the anime had to deal with sucked. The bright spots created thanks to the borderline superhuman efforts of the staff led by Tatsuya Yoshihara sadly wasn't enough to fully mask the crippling production issues this show had to go through. One of the many things this sequel can do to avoid those issues is go seasonal. I think we can all agree that in this day and age, it's practically impossible for any long-running action show not named One Piece to thrive. It's just not possible. Black Clover needs to go seasonal. Besides all that, I wonder what the staff list will look like. I'm 90% sure that the role of series director will be fulfilled by Ayataka Tanemura, a prominent directorial figure from the first season and the director of the movie. It'll be him because I think Tatsuya Yoshihara, the most prominent figure associated with season 1, won't have the time to direct the whole thing. Although you never know. Currently, Yoshihara is directing the Chainsaw Man movie, and once that wraps up, who knows where he'll go. Will he stick with the same team and work on Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3? Will he come back to handle the Vistoria sequel, or will he return to Black Clover, a show he's intrinsically linked with? Your guess is as good as mine. Still, a Black Clover sequel is definitely worth being excited about. I'm looking forward to it. Gigguk, yes, anime YouTuber Gigguk, real name Garnt, last name I can't pronounce, is making his own anime called Baan, The Boundaries of Adulthood, in collaboration with Studio Daisy. And I cannot bring myself to say something sarcastic. It's really cool. It's genuinely really cool. Sadly, I saw a lot of negativity aimed at this project online, which is a shame because I think the idea of someone driven purely by a desire to create getting the opportunity to create a work of art should be celebrated. Based on the man's own words, this project is almost entirely self-funded and it'll be out for free on YouTube, and as a fellow YouTuber who's had a few big videos over the years, let me tell you, ad revenue does not cover an investment that large. It's not like f***ing Logan Paul creating a Lunchable knockoff. I doubt Paul, in the midst of scamming gullible teenagers, suddenly developed a burning passion for elementary school lunches. No, Lunchly exists purely for monetary reasons, but this is different. This is obviously not a money-making scheme. It's a creator driven by passion and love for the medium of anime making something, and in no universe can I bring myself to hate on that. I'm not the most avid Gigguk viewer. I was back in my very early days as a fan, but not now. But this is incredibly cool. Will the project be good? Maybe. Will it be bad? Maybe. But regardless of how good or bad it is, the concept of this project simply existing is really cool to me. Allow me to sound cheesy for a second, I genuinely find this to be inspiring. As someone who, at some point in the distant future, would like to do something similar, and I say that knowing damn well how unattainable that goal is, I think it's very inspiring, cool stuff. We finally got some information regarding the second season of Frieren, and it was quite surprising. Here's a quick recap. Both Bocchi the Rock Season 1 and Frieren Season 1 were directed by director Keiichiro Saito, and recently it was revealed that Bocchi the Rock Season 2 will not be led by him. Naturally, most, including myself, assumed that Saito would lead the sequel to Frieren instead, but apparently that's not the case. Frieren Season 2 will be directed by Tomoyaki Tagawa, with Taiki Hirashina serving as the assistant director. Saito will be involved, but as the director's assistant, which according to him means he'll mostly help out with the pre-production phase and do a small amount of hands-on work later on. And I think the fact that Saito can create 2 incredibly popular shows from the ground up, give them an identity, and entrust their sequels to people who worked under him while he himself moves on to other stuff is incredibly cool. He created the blueprint, and now other talented artists can use it to create a work that hopefully rivals the original. Good stuff. Speaking of staff changes, a Cyberpunk Edgerunners sequel got announced, and I have high hopes. Season 1 was an incredibly compelling, compact, and well-executed show, and I expect nothing less from the sequel. The most interesting thing about Edgerunners Season 2, however, is the new staff list. You see, Season 1 was directed by Hiroyuki Imaishi, a mega veteran who is literally one of the founders of Studio Trigger where the show was produced, and the designs for it were made by Yo Yoshinari who, and there's not an ounce of exaggeration in the statement, is one of the best animators ever, full stop. Season 2, however, has different people in charge of both those roles. It'll be directed by Kai Ikarashi and the designs will be made by Ichigo Kanno. Both of them made their professional debuts sometime in the last decade. Basically, the veterans at the studio are passing the metaphorical baton to younger talent, which is great to see. Have no fear though, both Ikarashi and Kanno have already proven that they are more than capable of handling their respective roles. Ikarashi in particular is one of the most sought after names in the industry currently. This will be great. In other news, we finally got a look at the staff list for Jojo Part 7, which according to every single manga reader I've spoken to is the best part. The anime will be directed by Hideya Takahashi and Yasuhiro Kimura, aka the pair behind Part 5, and this should be good. Based on what I've heard, this season will feature a lot of horses, which of course are notoriously difficult to draw. I wonder if they'll try to find an efficient way to animate them by hand, or if they'll rely on CG. I personally am fine with either approach as long as it's executed well. Another interesting project that got announced over the week is Demons of the Shadow Realm. This is an adaptation of a manga penned by Hiromu Arakawa, whom you might know as the creator of the Full Metal Alchemist series, a fact that some on the internet are more excited about than me. Still, this is interesting. The anime will be produced at Bones, and it'll be directed by Masahiro Ando, a veteran who, amongst other things, directed and storyboarded the Sword of the Stranger movie, and we all know how good that was. Also, the character designs will be made by Nobuhiro Arai, best known for designing the characters from the Bungo Stray Dogs series. Basically, the staff list is very promising and the actual story can be good given the author. This is definitely a project worth looking forward to, especially if you are either a Full Metal Alchemist stan or a Studio Bones stan. What else do we have? Oh, ReZero dropped a trailer. It looked cool, didn't really show much. You know, I don't like trailers like these. Trailers that just show one or a few consecutive scenes with minimal to no editing. It just feels wrong. Still excited for the sequel. It's on time for once. And that should do it for now. I wanted to talk about Ace and Flugel as well, but all they did was drop a bland looking trailer and reveal no additional information, so I can't really, can I? Liked the video? Check out this other bit of content on screen. Like and subscribe, go down there and press the join button to become a member. Shout out to Note03 for becoming a tier 3 member. I'm recording this video immediately after the last one, so I don't know if anyone else joined that tier. If you did, I'll mention you next time. And that's about it. See ya.